You have to try these pork chop bites. They are absolutely fantastic. All right, so today we're gonna be doing air fryer pork bites, one of my favorite go-to air fryer recipes. Super simple, super easy to follow, and you guys are gonna love it. So let's dive right in. So I've been trying to do better about using ingredients that I already have lying around. I had a bunch of pork chops in my freezer, so I just went ahead, threw these in my fridge overnight, let them defrost, and we're gonna chop these up. So we got our pork chop that's been defrosted. We're gonna go ahead and cut these up into small bite-sized pieces. I try to go for about an inch, inch and a half. You can go a little bit smaller. Just know if they are too big, they will take longer to cook and they will get a little overcooked. So I try to do about an inch, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect. Whoops, fat. Doesn't have to be perfect, but this is about the size that you want to go for right here. So a lot of people always ask me why I end up using a plastic cutting board when I'm cutting certain meats versus my wooden board, which I typically will only leave for raw vegetables and cooked foods. The reason being, and this is just a personal preference, but I don't want any of the raw meats on, let's just say chicken, beef, fish, or in this case pork. I don't want those raw juices or liquids seeping in to the wood. I don't like to put harsh chemicals on my wood cutting board. I typically will just use water and a little bit of soap at the most. And if I use those harsh chemicals, then those chemicals can also seep into the wood, and I don't want that to get into any of my other food that is already been cooked. So typically when I cut anything that's raw, I will just use a plastic cutting board. I can just throw it right into my dishwasher when I'm finished with it, and it makes it really easy, and I don't really have to think too much about it. Go ahead and grab a mixing bowl right here. Oop, fire in the hole. Oh, trying to make a huge mess. All right, we're gonna season these up. You can use any combination of spices. This is just my go-to. It's my favorite, but feel free to play around with it and make it your own. We're gonna use a little mustard as a binder. This will just help all of our seasonings stick. I don't know how much of this I have left, so we're gonna find out. Then we're gonna go some garlic powder. Give that a nice hefty amount in here. Onion powder. Once again, go heavy. We're gonna do some paprika. If you have smoked paprika, you can use that too. I don't have that, so we're just going normal paprika. Then you're gonna wanna use some salt. Add a good amount in there. Some black pepper. If you want a little kick to it, feel free to add in some cayenne pepper, but if not, you can obviously skip this part, right? Once again, make it your own. I like a little bit of heat to mine. And we'll add in a little bit of brown sugar. Here. And then we're gonna just mix that all together. All right, we got our air fryer preheating 400 degrees for just a couple minutes. Add these in. You hear that sizzle? That means you preheated long enough. I'll get everything in here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just try to space everything so it's not exactly on top of each other, right? And then we're gonna pop this right into our air fryer. We're gonna go 400 degrees for 15 minutes, give or take. After about every 5 minutes, go ahead and pull it out and just give it like a nice shake. All right, while that's going, we're gonna grab some parsley here. Don't need a lot, we're just gonna take about that amount and then give it a rough chop. I'll melt some butter too. Oh, it's been 5 minutes. Get a nice big glass bowl. Now while these are still hot, we're gonna take these, add them to our glass bowl. Don't dump it. There's a lot of liquid in the bottom and you don't want that going all over the place. We're just gonna pull these out. You can see here, super crispy. We're gonna take our melted butter, go ahead and pour that on top. And then our chopped parsley, we're gonna go ahead and add that in there. Give everything a nice mix. You can also toss it this way too. You get a nice crispy piece.